What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice podcast. This time, it is for a Tuesday. My name is Matt Perrault, your host every single morning at Sports Talk. Matt is my Twitter handle. BettingPros at BettingPros for their Twitter handle. And the podcast always being brought to you by BetMGM. A $10 bet for $150 free dollars using that promo code JUICE150 when you sign up for a new account with BetMGM. Okay, good night last night. 3-0 on the pre-flop bets. The in-game hedge with the Nets makes it a 3-1 day. Bet a plus 220, and it almost was a smart bet given the way those referees, Scott Foster and company, my gosh, did they try to give that game to the Nets. Luckily, Boston was too good. Plus 105 cashes for a half a unit. We threw a quarter unit down on the Nets at plus 220, so gave a little bit back there, but we got the Dallas game perfectly right. Dallas and the under both come in with ease for that. So that's a good day. That's a plus day. That actually puts us into the black now for the NBA. We've done pretty well here in the NBA. We're now up about a unit on the year. I think we're 44 and 41 on the year now in the NBA, up a full unit. So good to see that go into the black for the NBA season. We're going to stick with the NBA here today. I got two bets and then a hockey bet to jump into. It's a bit of a homer play for hockey, and I probably should be wearing like this hat, or I should be wearing this hat. I'm wearing this hat for the Celtics, but like this is what, if you're watching on YouTube, like I'm going black and gold today. We're going a little homer with riding this Celtics wagon a little bit, riding the home wagon a little bit here, but we'll get to that a little bit more later on here in the podcast. Let's start with the NBA. Look, I don't know what to do with the Suns. Do I think the Suns win tonight? Yes. Am I going to back it with money? No. Do I want to lay 6.5 points? No. Do I want to take 6.5 points? No. Suns, Pelicans, in-game. Okay, that is an in-game opportunity. That is not a pre-flop bet that I want to get anywhere near. I just can't put my brain around it. I can't stomach it. I just don't think it's a good play. Okay? Just don't think it's a good bet. What I think is a good bet is laying 7 with the Miami Heat. Why? Here's an insane stat in case you don't know this. This year, against the spread, when the Atlanta Hawks lose, they are 0-45. As dogs, they are 0-25. 0-25. When they lose outright. I mean, they lose big. They don't just lose by a couple here or there. They get beat by 10, by 12, by 15. They've been getting slammed here by the Miami Heat. And I just think you bet the streak. I think this number probably closes at 8.5. It's insane, but the closing number, what I'm talking about, 0-45 against the spread when they lose, and as a dog and they lose, they're 0-25. They don't just lose. They lose big. Miami at home, laying the 7. I'm betting the streak. I'm betting on Jimmy Butler. I don't think they got the 1. It ends here. Miami goes for the kill shot, and Miami gets it done and gets it done big. Heat -7 for a half a unit. I'm comfortable going in and laying. It's a big number, I know, but I'm comfortable jumping in here and laying the 7. Okay, second play. I'm not as confident on this play, and this is sort of it's a tough one to get into. Minnesota and Memphis. Number is 6. Total is 232.5. I leave over, okay? But I'm not confident enough to jump on it pre. It's probably going to be an in-game bet on a total perspective. This series has gone kind of back and forth. We've seen overs, we've seen unders. We haven't seen it go as aggressively as I would have liked to one side or the other, not like Dallas at home. If you want to talk about just overall trends, what technically probably is going to happen, Minnesota is 31-12 on the road to the over. At home, Memphis is 22-19-2 to the over, okay? But against the West, they're just 28-27-1. Not a huge margin there. So I lean over Memphis, Minnesota. But the bet I'm going to make is a bounce back spot for Memphis here. Game was officiated really poorly. Everyone on the Memphis side was really angry about the way the game was called. I think the referees will be much better here. I think Ja has a big game. And just looking at the way this series has gone, game 1 went to Minnesota. They were laying 6.5 Memphis. They lost by 13. They bounced back. They won by 28. Went on the road, beat Minnesota as 2.5-point favorites, won by 9. Same number comes at you in game number 4. They lost by 1. So loss, win, loss. If you go by the theory, they're back at home here for a game 5. It's a pivotal game 5. I think we see Memphis take care of business. They've been very good at home this year. 28-15 ATS at home, 35-20-1 ATS against the Western Conference. Overall, Memphis this year was 54-31-1 ATS. Minnesota wasn't bad, 45-40-2. But on the road, they were 22-21, or they are 22-21. I'll take the bounce back spot here after losing game 4. A little bit of a zigzag, if you will, but I think we're jumping in here with Memphis laying 6 for a half a unit. Okay. So in basketball, we're going -6 Memphis, -7 Miami. Favorites again. I don't know. I've been betting dogs. I bet dogs. We bet, dogs. Boston technically was a dog last night. Okay. I'm comfortable with that. By the way, remember, we have a 10-1 bet on Boston to win the NBA championship. Our Suns 4-1, little shaky on that. But Celtics 10-1, Boston to win it all. Not hating on it. Not hating on it one bit. Nope. All right, so for one more play, I may add, by the way, in the Discord channel, I may have other stuff, but let's just talk about this Bruins team, this Boston Bruins team here, okay? Homer play? Yeah, probably. Homer play. They're taking on the Panthers. Bruins have played the Panthers 2 times on the year. 4-1 win at Florida for Florida. Boston at home, 3-2 win, shootout, 3-2 Boston wins. Panthers have nothing to play for. Panthers are 23-9-6 on the road, but Boston is 24-13-2. Boston's games, they have won 4 of their last 5. They beat Montreal 5-3. They beat the Rangers 3-1. They lost on the road to Pittsburgh 4-0, beat St. Louis, and beat Pittsburgh at home. On the other side, a 8-4 loss for Florida up against Tampa in their last game on the 24th. They got smoked a little bit in that one, but they're not playing for anything. Panthers don't need, it just doesn't matter for where they are. I mean, Boston is a plus money, plus 115 favorite or dog here at home, which is really surprising. Panthers are phenomenal, but Boston needs to keep on winning from a standings perspective. So for Florida, again, they have 120 points. It doesn't matter for them, but for Boston, it does matter. Boston is leading the wild card. They have 103 points. They're 2 points above Pittsburgh at the moment. They've clinched a playoff spot, but they're trying to get themselves a better playoff seeding, and it would be really interesting to see if they could find a way to get themselves up with Tampa, who's at 106 in the Atlantic Division. So Boston is still playing for something, still playing for seedings, and frankly, the Washington Capitals are 3 points behind them. Washington's still playing for something as well. So for the Bruins, they can't just take their foot off the gas. They've got to get going here. They're 49-25-5. They have 103 points, but they're 3 points behind Tampa. Florida, doesn't matter. Florida's got the division wrapped up. They're way up, 120 points. They have the number 1 seed wrapped up. For Florida, it's just go ahead and play the string out. For Boston, they've got 3 games left. Home for Florida, home for Buffalo, and then at Toronto. They got a lot what they're playing for here. It'd be big for a confidence boost to win and get a W over Florida outright. I like the Bruins at home here. Bruins have had a good year at home, and I think they're playing for more. They got a chance to go ahead and go up against one of the big boys. We saw this before when the Panthers took on the Tampa Bay Lightning, and that game was what? It was 8-1. What was that final score when that happened? That was let's see, when did that happen? That was, I guess that was an 8-4 loss. I guess we took Tampa. I think I took Tampa in that game. It was 8-1. I remember it was like an 8-1 final. That it was just, I forget the game when it was, but I just think it could be that type of they don't care. They don't get off the bus. They're on the road. Boston comes in. Boston works them. Money line, Bruins, homer bet, don't care. Bruins, plus 115 on the money line tonight against the Florida Panthers. I'm taking Boston here at home for a little homer play. All right, 3 bets. I may have more going here in the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat to get in. Link is underneath me here on YouTube. If you're watching this podcast, to get into the Discord channel, had a bunch of different things we're talking about yesterday and plays and picks and whatnot. Maybe some baseball I might jump into a little bit later on. I don't know. I haven't been great with baseball early, so don't know how I'm jumping on baseball. But if something I like during the day, as we get through my other show and whatnot, we may have chances to do some stuff. So that's where we'll be. All right. Laying 7, Miami Heat against the Hawks, half a unit. Laying the 6, Memphis against Minnesota, half a unit. Bruins at home at +115 on the money line for a half a unit. Those are the plays for the Daily Juice podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. Every single morning, it's Daily Juice podcast, always being brought to you by BetMGM.